What's going on, guys? It's your boy Curse, and here's the highly awaited tips and tricks on stunning / fighting Jason Voorhees. And right now I'm showing the weapons. You can find this in the counselor's guide to how to play, and these shows all the weapon stats. You have 3 stats: stun, damage, and durability. And stun is obvious. Damage is take off Jason's mask, and durability is how long the weapons last. And these weapons I'm about to call out, these are the weapons I recommend for stunning Jason. It's the 2x4, the bat, the stick, the pot, the pan, and the wrench. Those are the weapons I recommend. The reason why I do, because they have 4 out of 4 stun or 3 out of 4 stun. And that means they have the highest chance to stun Jason. But sometimes be very precautious with the 3 out of 4 because you can hit him. And also, I never use the machete and the fire poker to try to stun Jason. You'll just hit him, and then you'll die unless you get super lucky. And yeah, just never use the 1 out of 4 stuns or the 2 out of 4, because the 2 out of 4 you rarely get stuns unless you're using the axe, which actually gets a lot of stuns. But right now I'm gonna move over to the characters I prefer and the perks I use for stunning Jason the most. So the characters I want to prefer is Bugsy and Adam. The reason why I prefer these two, because they have the highest strengths in the game, and that really helps with stunning Jason in my opinion, even though it says it doesn't, but it just has more power with the hit. And the perks I use is Sucker Punch, Thick Skinned, and Heavy Hitter. Sucker Punch increases the stun chance, helpful. Thick Skinned, if there's a slashing Jason, you take more damage, helpful. And Heavy Hitter, you increase the stun time of when you hit Jason with the bat, and that helps if you're in a sticky situation where you have to hit him and then run to a car and just escape or do whatever. It's really helpful. And also now I'm going to move over to the moves I do, or the maneuvers, or the tricks, whatever you want to call them. And the first one is by the door trick. I don't have a good name for it, but basically what I do is I stand by the side of the door, wait for them to break the door down, and then if they're using the animation, when they break down the door, you have a second to stun them. But if they use combat stance, you have to be very careful. Either you can step out and swing and hit them, or you can stay in until they can walk in. And if they do use combat stance and step back and try to go away, make sure you're going to hit them before you step out, or just stay inside and do a different tactic to try to stun them. And yeah, that's all I have on that. And also, never use combat stance ever, because that will just mess you up. If you miss, you're screwed. But if you do hit them, if you get that good of a hit, then it will help you. But I recommend never going in combat stance, because every time I do, it just screws me over. So I don't recommend that. And also, when Jason grabs one of your counselor friends, or your friend or another counselor, make sure you wait a second before you whack, because if you whack too soon, the weapon will not hit Jason at all, and then your friend's gonna die. So just wait a second when he grabs your friend, and just make sure you hit him after a second. Also, the second trick I like to use is the Darius dash, which just passed. It's basically where you run towards Jason, and then you're in the grabbing range, and then you run back and sprint away, and then when Jason grabs, you'll turn around and whack him. That is a really helpful maneuver, but you have to master that first. So I recommend going in private match and learning that, and also use private match to learn all of these other moves to help you improve and know how to get the perfect timings for everything. It just helps with everything. It just helps you get used to it and stuff. But the Darius dash I don't really recommend all the time. The only time I recommend it if you have a Jason that grabs, or he's chasing you most of the game and you just need to get away if you're out of stamina. And so that's when I use the Darius dash, is because it's really risky, because Jason's grab can sometimes go really far away and it will mess you up. And so, but also, you can also another thing I meant to, you need really good connection to also stun Jason, because he'll be lagging around. If you don't have good connection and Jason's lagging around you, you're not gonna hit him. And so I recommend you make sure you have good connection before you starting to try to stun Jason. It's just very very to have. And so yeah. Also, what's also going to be coming up soon is the rage. When Jason has rage and walks through a door, that's the best time to make sure you stun him 100%. Always, if you know he has rage and he's about to walk through the door, that's when you have to stun him. Because when he uses rage, he just gave himself away, because right when he walks through the door, it's basically impossible for him to grab you. So right when he walks through, just whack him, and then you have an insta stun. Also, another problem that I always have with trying to stun Jason is that the weapon will go through Jason, and that has to do with the connection. And that's why I'm bringing it up again. It's because if you have good connection, your weapons won't go through them, and so you'll stun them a lot easier. And also, some people do this, but I don't do this. Is when Jason's chasing you, and you'll be running and you'll be jogging forward, and people will turn around, will do a 180 and swing at Jason. I don't recommend that myself, because if it's a good Jason, he'll grab you way before you can do anything. And so, yeah. Also, I recommend always trying to find a pocket knife to try to do these moves, because the pocket knife will save you 100% of the time. And also, if it's a whacking Jason, if it's a slashing Jason, make sure you have a med spray. That would always help. And when also do this, that's also the perfect time to do a Darius dash for that. And also another move that I like to use is that in some of the houses, you can open the door to face the back door, and when they break down the back door, your friend can be standing, and then Jason will walk by the door that you're hiding behind, and you can whack him. And so that's just another one. This is gonna be the end of the video, guys. I'm sorry that I'm not good at live commentaries. This is my first one, so yeah. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.